Today we are going to be finding the percentage of a number. We have two different methods. Our first method is to use the percent formula, which is the rate times the base equals the percentage. The rate is just the percent that's written as a decimal. The base is your original number. So if it says, what is 15% of 180? Whatever comes after the word of is almost always going to be your base, the original number. So first we have to write the percent as a decimal or a fraction. It's probably easiest to write it as a decimal because all we have to do is move that decimal point 2 places to the left, right? So then that's 0.15 times 180, and that's going to be our percentage. So we get 27%. Actually, sorry, it's just 27 because it's the amount that 15% is of 180. So 27 is 15% of 180. All right, so now we're going to use the percent proportion. Okay, this works just like all the other proportions that we've used. Okay, we're going to set it up part to whole, part to whole. Now the base is the original number that you are trying to find the percentage of. Okay, so if we're trying to find, again, 15% of 180, then we don't know the percentage of 180, so that's our part, that's our variable, but we do know it's 15%. So our second ratio is really easy to set up because we know what percent means, right? Per 100. So now we're going to cross multiply just like all of our other proportions, right? So P times 100 is 100. P equals 180 times 15. So that's 100. P equals 2700. And now we're going to solve it like any other equation and to try to get that variable alone. So we're going to divide by 100. So we get percentage equals 27. So 27 is 15% of 180. Okay, now what if we have to find 37.5% of 80 using the percent formula? First, I would rewrite this as a decimal. So 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5. And the 37 goes out front. But this is 37.5%. So if I want to rewrite it in decimal form, I'm going to move that 2 places to the left. Now my percent formula, remember, rate times base equals percentage. So my rate is my percent written as a decimal. My base is what comes after the of, right? So that's 80. And then my answer will be the percentage. Okay, so 80 times 0.375 will be 30. So 30 is 37.5% of 80. What is 0.2% of 4,750? Again, to change it to a percent, I'm going to move my decimal 2 times to the left, so I get 0.002. That's my rate. Remember my formula, rate times base equals percentage. So my rate is 0.002. My base is what comes after the word of. So that's 4,750. So I get 9.5. So 9.5 is 0.2% of 4,750. Now we're going to use a percent proportion. So for this one, I don't have to change it into a decimal. Instead, I'm going to put it over 100 because that's the meaning of percent. That gives me an automatic ratio to use in my proportion. And of 81. So this is my base. When you set up your percent proportion, the base always goes on the bottom of the ratio. So think about like if I said, hey, look at the base of that lamp over there. What part of the lamp would you look at? You look at the bottom of the lamp, right? So the base always goes at the bottom of your ratio. And over here, my percentage is what I don't know, okay? I don't know what part of 81 equals 15.2%. Now I'm going to cross multiply. Oops, sorry, 81, not 18. Now I'm dividing by 100. It's just an equation that I'm solving, right? So that means I'm going to move my decimal point 2 places to the left, and I get 12.312. All right, so if a circle measures 360, what is 55% of a circle? So if I'm going to use my proportion, okay, of a circle is 360, so that's my base. 55% is my other ratio, and I don't know what the percentage is. So I get 100x equals 360 times 55. So now I need to get my variable alone. So I'm dividing by 100. So I get 198. And that is 55% of 360. Okay, write down your questions, bring your notes to class tomorrow. I'll see you then.